I dreamed I saw Joey here last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. I never died, says he. In Salt Lake City, Joe says I am standing by my bed.
In his final message to Congress, delivered December 4, 1928, Calvin Coolidge spoke in glowing terms of the state of the nation. He said the country could
regard the present with satisfaction and anticipate the future with optimism.
At home there was tranquility and contentment. Abroad there was peace and the goodwill that comes from mutual understanding.
As was so often the case, Coolidge was wrong.
The election of Herbert Hoover in 1928 was a foregone conclusion. In accepting, he offered the American people dreams of a great society, and they applauded him. In accepting the Republican nomination, Hoover told his audience that unemployment,
in the sense of distress,
was widely disappearing, and that America was nearer to the final triumph over poverty
than ever before in the history of our land.
In his final campaign speech for the presidency in 1928, Herbert Hoover expressed the dedication not only of himself, but of the entire Republican Party to the philosophy of
rugged individualism.
It was a dedication to which he was to remain firm for the rest of his life.
When the New York Herald Tribune reported on October 24th that stocks of $5 billion in severest break in Wall Street history, Hoover would only say that
the fundamental business of the country is on a sound and prosperous basis.
The day after Black Thursday, the New York Times declared the most disastrous decline in the biggest and broadest stock market of history rocked the financial district yesterday.
October 29, an estimated 880 issues lost between $8 and $9 billion. John D. Rockefeller expressed
my belief in the soundness of the fundamental conditions of the country.
Secretary of the Treasury Andrew W. Mellon could
see nothing in the present situation that is either menacing or warrants pessimism.
Any lack of confidence in the economic future or the basic strength of business of the United States is foolish.
Herbert Hoover, November 1929.
Arthur Brisbane, in his syndicated column, offered the following advice.
If every man would learn to talk about this country's progress, as a young mother talks about her new baby, there would be no danger of hard times.
President Hoover informed the American people,
the Depression has been deepened by events from abroad, which are beyond the control either of our citizens or of our government. Nobody is actually starving. The hobos, for example, are better fed than they have ever been.
The average man won't really do a day's work if he can get out of it. Well, I'll say this about these so-called hard times. More character is being built than ever before. People are thinking more and more about helping themselves, and when they get to that condition, they will find more people willing to give them help consequently.
Henry Ford, who then proceeded to shut down his Detroit automobile factories almost completely, throwing 75,000 men out of work.
The Ford Motor Company serves as a good example of the devastating effect that the crash had on unemployment.
In March of 1929, more than 128,000 people were on the Ford payroll. 2 years later, that number had dropped to 84,000. By August 1931, only 34,000 people were still employed by the company.
Estimates of the number of persons unemployed range from 14 to 16 million.
No one is starved,
said the complacent and the comfortable. But the fact is that people did starve.
If most Americans in the early years of the Depression were unaware of the gravity of the situation, to others, it was a nightmare.
What the hell's going on here? Give us some light here. What's happening?
This is our meeting.
We put this place.
You're so wrong. I ain't laughing. Anyone with nice to see knows it. Now look at the textile strike. Out like lions, in like lambs. Take the San Francisco tie-up. Starvation and broken heads. The Steel Boys, well, they wanted to walk out too, but they changed their mind. It's the trend of the times. That's what it is. Now, all us workers, we got a good man behind us now.
Who's that?
Top man in the country looking out for our interests. The man in the White House I'm talking about.
Who's about?
Yeah, he's standing behind us, the man in the White House. Now look, if this was the Hoover regime, would I say, boys, don't go out? Not on your tin type. But things is different now. And that's why I'm against the strike. Now look, we gotta stand behind the man who is standing behind us. The whole country is.
It's on the blink.
Oh, stand up and show yourself, you damn red. Come on, let's see what you look like. Be a man. Yellow. From the word go. Red and yellow makes a dirty color, boys. And I got my eye on 4 or 5 of them in the union here. What'll they do for you? Take you out and then run away when the trouble starts. You give those birds a chance, they'll have your wives and your sisters in the whorehouse, like they done in Russia. They'll tear Christ off his bleeding cross. They'll wreck your homes, throw your babies in the river. Oh, you think that's bunk? Now read the papers. Now look, we can't stay here all night. I already give you the facts. Hey, you boys, well, you got hot suppers to go home to.
Yes, says you!
Sit down, punk. Where's Lefty?
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to know. Where's your pal Lefty? You elected him chairman. Where did he disappear to?
We want Lefty.
Lefty. Hey, what is this, a circus? Well, you got the committee here. This bunch of cowboys you elected.
Benjamin.
Yeah. Doc Benjamin. Mitchell. Miller. Phillips. Keller. Now look, it ain't my fault that Lefty took a run out party.
What's the committee say?
Yeah, it's here from the committee.
Somebody.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, come on, Joe. Tell him, Joe.
Oh, it's all right. Let him speak. Let's hear what the Red Boys got to say.
You boys know me. I ain't a red boy one bit. That's right. Here I'm carrying a shrapnel that big I picked up in the war. Maybe I don't know when it rains, but don't tell me red. You know what we are? We're the black and blue boys. We're being kicked around so long, we're black and blue from head to toe. But I guess anyone who says straight out they don't like it is a red boy to the leaders of the unions. And what's this crap about coming home to hot suppers? Who's got hot suppers to come home to? I'm asking to your faces, who's got a hot supper to go home to? Raise your hand if you can be sure of your next meal. Well, a certain gent behind me can raise them both. But not in the front here. And that's why we're talking strike. To get a living wage!
Yeah, that's right.
Where's Lefty?
I honest to God don't know, but he didn't take no run-out powder. That boy's got more guts than a slaughterhouse. Maybe a traffic jam got him, but he'll be here. But don't let any of this red stuff scare you. Unless fighting for a living scares you. We gotta make up our minds. My wife made up my mind last week, if you want to know the truth. It's as plain as the nose on your face. We gotta walk out. There's us coming in every night after 8-10 hours on the cab. God, the wife says to me, 80 cents ain't money. It don't buy beans almost. Joe, you're working for the company. You ain't working for me or the kids no more.
That's right, Joe. That's right. Got so many good points.
Where's all the furniture, honey?
They took it away. No installments paid.
When?
3 o'clock.
They can't do that.
Can't? They did it.
Wait a pull, look, 'cause we gave him 3/4.
The man said read the contracts.
Oh, we must have signed a phony contract.
It's a regular contract, Joe, and you signed it.
Oh, don't be so sour, Edna.
Go do it in the movies, Joe. They pay Clark Gable big money for it.
This is a hell of a house to come home to, take my word.
Take my word. Whose fault is it?
Ah, don't start that stuff again.
Oh, well, maybe you'd like to talk about books.
I'd like to slap you in the mouth.
No, you won't.
Ah, jeez, Edna, you get me sauce sometimes.
But just look at me. I'm laughing all over.
Ah, don't insult me. Can I help it if times are bad? What do you want me to do, jump up a bridge or something?
Don't yell. I just put the kids to bed so they don't know they missed a meal. And if I don't get Amy's shoes sold tomorrow, she can't go to school. In the meantime, just let her sleep.
Honey, I rode the wheels up the chariot today. I cruised around for 5 hours without a call. It's conditions.
Tell her to the A&P.
I booked 2:20 on the clock. A lady with a dog was lit. She gave me a quarter tip by mistake. If you'd only listen to me, we're rolling in wealth.
Yeah? How much?
Well, I had a coffee in a beanery. $1.04.
Second month's rent is due tomorrow.
Don't look at me that way.
Oh, I'm looking through you, not at you. Everything was gonna be ducky. A cottage by the waterfall, roses in Piccadilly. You're a 4-star bust. And if you think that I'm standing for it much longer, you are as crazy as a bedbug.
I'd get another job if I could, but there's no work and you know it.
I only know that we are at the bottom of the ocean.
What can I do?
Who is the man in this family? You or me?
That's no answer. Get down to brass tacks. Christ, give me a break too. I've had a coffee all day. I'm hungry too, babe. Look, I'd work my fingers to the bone if I could.
I will go and open you up a can of salmon.
No, not now. Tell me what to do.
I'm not God.
I wish I was a kid again, never having to think about the next minute.
But you're not a kid. And you do have to think about the next minute. You got 2 blondie kids sleeping in the next room, and they need food and clothes. I'm not even mentioning anything else, but we are stalled like a flivver in the snow. For 5 years, I have laid awake at night just listening to my heart pound. For God's sake, don't do something. Get wise, maybe get your bodies together. Go on strike for better money. Papa did it during the war, and they won out, turning into a sour old nag.
Strikes don't work.
Who told you?
Besides, it's not a nickel a week while you're out, and then when it's over, they don't take you back.
Suppose they don't. What's to lose?
Well, we're averaging $6-7 a week now.
That just pays the rent.
That is something, Edna.
No, it isn't. Before you know it, they will push you down to 3 and 4 a week, and then you'll be saying, well, that's something too.
There's too many cabs on the street. That's the whole damn trouble.
Then you let the cab company worry about that, you big fool. If their cabs didn't make a profit, they'd take them off the street. Or perhaps you think they're just in business to pay Joe Mitchell's rent.
You don't know ABC, Edna.
I know this. I know your boss is making suckers out of you boys. Yeah. and suckers out of the wives, and the poor, innocent kids who's going to end up with crooked spines and sick bones. Sure, I see it in the papers, how good orange juice is for kids. Damn it, Joe, all kids, they get one cold on top of the other. They look like little ghosts. You know, Betty never saw a grapefruit. I took her to the store last week and she pointed at this stack of grapefruits. What's that, she says. My God, Joe, this world is supposed to be for all of us. I don't care. As long as maybe I can wake you up.
Don't insult me. One man cannot make a strike.
Who says one? You got hundreds in your rotten union.
The union ain't rotten.
Yeah? Then what are they doing? Taking your dues and patting you on the back.
They're making plans.
What kind?
They don't tell us.
Oh, that's too damn bad about you. They don't tell little Joey what's going on in his bitsy union. What do you think it is? A ping pong game?
You know they're racketeers. The guys at the top would shoot you for a nickel.
Why do you stand for that stuff?
Don't you want to see me alive?
No. I don't think I do, Joe. Not if you can lift a finger to do something about it and you don't, then no. I don't care.
Honey, you don't understand.
And any other hacky that won't fight, let them all be ground to hamburger.
Hey, look, it's one
Get
thing.
your hands off me! Only they don't grind me to little pieces. No. I got different plans.
Where are you going?
None of your business.
What's up your sleeve?
My arm would be up my sleeve, darling, if I had a sleeve to wear.
Tell me.
Tell you what.
Where are you going?
Don't you remember my old boyfriend?
Who?
Bud Hass. He still has my picture in his wallet. He earns a living.
What the hell are you talking about?
I heard worse than what I'm talking about.
Have you seen Bud since we got married?
Maybe.
If I thought...
See much? Listen, boyfriend. If you think that I won't do this, it just means that you can't see straight.
Ah, stop talking, fool.
This isn't 5 years ago, Joe.
You mean you'd leave me and the kids?
I'd leave you like a shot.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I ain't got a leg to stand on.
No?
No. No, you lousy talk. No, get the hell out of here. Go and pick up that bull thrower on the corner and stop at some cushy little hotel down in town. I bet he's been laying you every morning while I've been hacking my guts out.
You are crawling like a worm.
You'll be crawling in a minute.
You don't scare me that much.
Yeah! This is what I slave for.
Tell it to your boss.
He don't give a damn for you or me.
That's what I say.
Ah, don't change the subject.
This is the subject. The exact subject. Your boss makes this subject. I never met him in my life, but he is putting ideas in my head a mile a minute. He's giving your kids that fancy disease called the rickets. He's making a jellyfish out of you and putting wrinkles in my face. This is the subject every inch of the way. He's throwing me into Bud Hass's lap. When in the hell will you get wise?
I'm not as dumb as you think, but you're talking like a red.
I don't know what that means. But when a man knocks you down, and you get up and you kiss his fist, you gutless piece of baloney.
Look, one man can't make a strike.
I don't say one. I say hundreds, thousands, a whole million, I say. But start in your own union. Get those hack boys together. Sweep out those racketeers like a pile of dirt. And you stand up like men. And you fight for the crying kids and wives. God damn it, Joe. I I am tired of slavery and sleepless nights.
Sure.
Get brass toes on your shoes and know where to kick.
I'm going down to 174th Street to look up Lefty Costello. Lefty was saying the other day... Hey. How about this Bud Hass guy?
Get out of here.
I'll be back. You boys know this stuff better than me. We need to walk out.
Yeah, we do.
Like it?
Very much. Never seen an office like this outside the movies.
Yes, I sometimes wonder if the interior decorators and bathroom fixture people don't get all their ideas from Hollywood. Our country is extraordinary that way. Soap, cosmetics, electric refrigerators. Just let Mrs. Consumer know they're used by the Crawfords and the Garbos. More volume of sale than one plant can handle.
I'm afraid it isn't that easy, Mr. Fayette.
Oh, no, you're right. Gross exaggeration on my part. Competition is cutthroat today. Markets are flush against the stone wall. The astronomers better hurry up, open Mars to trade expansion.
Or it'll be just too bad.
Cigar?
Oh, thank you. I don't smoke.
Drink.
Ditto, Mr. Fayette.
I like sobriety in my workers. The trained ones, I mean. The Polacks, better drunk. Keeps them out of mischief. Wondering why I had you come over?
If you don't mind my saying, very much.
I like your work.
Thanks.
No reason why a talented man like yourself shouldn't string along with us. Growing concern. Loyalty is well repaid in our organization. Did you see Siegfried this morning?
Hasn't been in the laboratory all day.
I told him to raise you $20 a month. Starts this week.
You don't know how happy my wife would be.
Oh, I can appreciate it.
Was that all, Mr. Fayette?
Yes. Except that we are shifting you to Laboratory A tomorrow. Siegfried knows about it. That's why I had you in. Your work is very important. Siegfried recommended you very highly as a man to trust. You'll be working directly under Dr. Brenner. Make you happy.
Very much. He's an important chemist.
We think so, Miller. We think so to the extent of asking you to stay within the building throughout the time you work with them.
Oh, do you mean sleeping it in? Yeah, it can be arranged.
You'll go far, Miller.
May I ask the nature of the new work?
Poison gas.
Poison.
Orders from above. I don't have to tell you from where. New type poison gas for modern warfare.
I see.
You didn't know a new war was that close, did you?
I guess I didn't.
I don't have to stress the importance of absolute secrecy.
No, I understand.
The world is an armed camp today. One match could set the whole world ablaze in 48 hours. Uncle Sam will not be caught napping.
They say 12 million men were killed in the last one. 20 million more wounded or missing.
Well, that's not our concern. If big business grew sentimental over human life, there wouldn't be big business.
My brother and 2 cousins went in the last one.
They died in a good cause.
My mother says no.
She won't have to worry about you this time. You're far too valuable behind the front.
That's right.
All right, Miller, see Siegfried for further orders.
You should have seen my brother. He could ride a bike without any hands.
You better bring in some extra clothes and some shaving tools tomorrow. Remember what I said, you were the growing organization.
He could run the 100 yards at 9.8 flat.
Who?
My brother. He's in the Meuse Argonne Cemetery. Mama went there in 1926.
Yeah, these things stick. How's your handwriting, Miller? Fairly legible?
Fairly so.
Once a week I'd like a little report from you.
What sort of report?
Just a couple hundred words once a week on Dr. Brennan's progress.
Well, don't you think it might be better coming from the doctor?
I didn't ask you that.
Sorry.
I just want to know what progress he's making. The report's to be purely confidential between you and me.
What do you mean I'm to watch it?
Yeah.
No. Guess I can't do that.
30 a month raise.
You said 20.
30.
I guess I'm not built that way.
40.
Spines not in my line, Mr. Fayette.
You use ugly words, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, for ugly activity,
Think
yeah.
about it, Miller. Your chances are excellent.
No.
You would be doing something for your country. Assuring the United States that if the goddamn Japs start a ruckus, we will have offensive weapons to back us up. Don't you read your newspapers, Miller?
Only the funny papers.
If you were on the inside, you would know I am talking cold, sober truth. Look, I'm not asking you to make your mind up on the spot. Think about it over your lunch period.
No.
Made up your mind already?
Afraid so.
You understand consequences?
I lose my raise. I
And
lose
your
my job. You misunderstand. I'd rather dig ditches first.
That's a big job for foreign workers.
But sneaking, making poison gas, that's for Americans.
It's up to you.
My mind's made up.
No hard feelings?
Oh, sure. Sure, hard feelings. I'm not the civilized type, Mr. Fayette. Nothing suave or sophisticated about me. Plenty of hard feelings. Enough to make me want to bust you and all your kind square in the mouth. And fuck no!
I got a right to have something out of my life. So if Sid wants to take me to the dance, I'll go. I'll go. Maybe if you was in love, you wouldn't talk so hard.
I'm telling you, for your good.
Don't be so good to me.
Mom's sick in bed and you'll be worrying her to the grave. She don't want that boy hanging around this house, and she don't want you meeting him in Crotona Park.
I'll meet him anytime I like.
You do. Yours truly will take care of it in his own way. With just one hand, too.
Why are you all so set against him?
Mom told you 10 times, it ain't him, it's that he's got nothing.
Taxi
Oh,
drivers.
sure, we know that he's stuck on you, that he's serious, but that don't cut no ice.
They used to make good money.
Yeah, now they're making $5 or $6 a week. Well, maybe you want to raise a family on that. Well, go ahead. Then you'll be back here living with us, and I'll be supporting 2 families in one. Well over my dead body.
Irv, I don't care. I love him.
You're a little kid with half-baked ideas.
Don't I stand there behind the counter the whole day? I think about him.
If you thought more about Mum, it would be better.
Don't I take care of her every night when I come home? Don't I cook your supper and iron your shirts and you give me a pain in
Now
the neck
listen.
too? Don't you try and shut me up. I bring a few dollars to this house too. Don't you see? I want something else out of life. Sure, I want love, I want romance, I want babies, I want everything in life that I can get.
Now you take care of Mom, and you watch your step.
And if I don't,
Then yours truly will watch it for you.
you can talk that way to a girl.
Yeah. And I'll talk that way to your boyfriend, too. And not just with words. Florrie, if you only had eyes, you would see that it's for your good that we're talking. Now is not the time to be getting married. Maybe later when you got...
Maybe later never comes for me, though. Why don't we put Mom in a hospital? She can die in peace there instead of staring at that clock on the mantelpiece all day.
That takes money, which we don't have.
Money, money, money.
Don't change the subject!
This is the
Are
subject!
you going to stop saying him? Jesus, Kitty. I remember when you were just a baby with curls down your back. Now I gotta stand here yelling at you like this.
I'll talk to him, Irv.
When?
He's coming over later. I'll talk to him.
Don't you go getting soft with him. Nowadays there's no time to be getting soft. You gotta be hard as a rock, you go under.
I found that out already. There's the bell. Take the egg off the stove I boiled for Mom. Leave us alone, Irv.
Hello, Florrie.
Hello, honey. You're looking tired.
Oh, no. Just need a shave.
Well, draw your chair up to the fire and I'll ring for brandy and soda, like in the movies.
This for the movies. I'll bring you a big bunch of roses.
Oh, yeah? How big?
50 or 60. Dozen. The kind with long stems, long as that.
Dope.
Your Paris gown is beautiful.
Yes, Percy. Madame Lafarge told me that Queen Marie herself designed it.
Gee.
Every princess in the Balkans is wearing one.
Wait, hold it. Hold that. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, there's the left. Oh, yes. And other side. Hold it. Oh, lovely. Oh. You're looking tired, Florrie.
Nah. I just need a shave.
There you are. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. You worried about your mother?
No.
What's on your mind?
The French and Indian War.
Hey, what's on your mind?
I got us in my mind, Sid. Night and day, Sid.
I smacked a beer truck today. Did I get hell? I was driving along, thinking of us too. You don't have to say it. I know what's on your mind. A rat poison around here.
Not to me.
Well, I know to who, and I know why. I don't blame him. We're engaged now for 3 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My brother Sam, he joined the Navy this morning. Get a break that way. Send him down to Cuba with the hoochie coochie girls. You don't know from nothing, that dumb basketball player.
Don't you do that.
Don't you worry, baby. I'm not the kind who runs away. But I'm so tired of being a dog, baby. I could choke. I mean, I don't even have to ask what's going on in your mind. I know from the word go, because I'm thinking the same things too.
It's yes or no, nothing in between.
Yeah, well, the answer is no. Huh? It's a big electric sign looking down on Broadway.
We wanted to have kids.
Yeah, but that's sort of life. It ain't for the dogs, which is us. Christ, maybe I get like thunder in my chest when we're together. If we went off together, then I could maybe look the world straight in the face. Yes, spit in its eye like a man should do. Oh, God darn. It's trying to be a man on the earth. Two in life together.
But something wants us to be lonely like that. Crawling alone in the dark. Well, they want us trapped.
Yeah, sure, the big shot money men want us like that.
Highly insulting us.
Keeping us in the dark about what is wrong with us in the money sense. They got the power and they mean to be damn sure they keep it. They know. They know if they give in just an inch, all the dogs like us will be down on them together. An ocean knocking them to hell and back, and each singing cuckoo with stars coming from their nose and ears. I'm not raving, Flora,
I know you're not, I know.
I don't have the words to tell you what I feel, I never finished school and I mean, it's relative, like the professor said. I mean, we worked like hell to send him to college, my kid brother Sam, and look what he done, he joined the Navy. The damn fool don't see the cards are stacked for all of us. The money man, dealing himself a hot royal flush and giving you and me a phony hand like a pair of pens or something. And then keep on losing the pots because the cards are stacked against you. And he says to you, he says, what's the matter? You can't win, he says. No stuff on the ball, he says to you. And kids like my brother believe it because they don't know no better. For all their education, they don't know from nothing.
Sid.
No, wait a minute. Don't he come around and he says to you, this millionaire with a jazz band, hey, listen, Sam, or Sid, or what's your name? You're no good, but here's a chance. Yes, sir, he says, the whole world will know who you are. You get up on that ship and you fight those bastards who's making the world a lousy place to live in. The Japs, the Turks, the Greeks. You take this gun and you kill the slobs, he says, like a real hero, a real American. Be a hero. And the guy you're poking at? A real louse, just like you, because they don't let him catch more than a pair of tens either. On that foreign soil, he's a guy like me and Sam. A guy who wants his baby like you and a hot sun on his face. I teach Sam to point the guns the wrong way, that dumb basketball player.
I got a lump in my throat, honey.
You and me. We never even had a room to sit in somewhere.
The park was nice.
In winter? The hallways? No, I'm glad we never got together that way. We don't know what we missed.
Sid, I'll go with you. We'll get a room somewhere.
No, they're right. If we can't climb higher than this together, then we're better apart.
I swear to God, I wouldn't care.
You would. You would. In a year, 2 years, you'd curse the day. I seen it happen.
Sid.
Sure, I know. We got the blues, babe. The 1935 blues. No, I'm talking this way because I love you. If I didn't, I wouldn't care.
We'll work together. We'll work it out.
No. How about the backwash? Your family needs your $9, and my family.
I don't care for that.
You're making it up, Flory, little Flory canary in a cage.
Don't make fun of me.
No, I'm not, babe.
Yeah, you're laughing at me.
No, I'm not.
I don't see me in your eyes anymore. Oh, why can't I make them shine as before? I don't see you for your
Hello, babe.
Hello.
Goodbye, babe. Did you ever see my Pat Rooney imitation? Don't you like it?
No.
You don't know how hard we work for you.
Sure we do.
Oh, shooting your mouth off don't help. Hell, don't you fellas even read the records? Like me? Look at your own industry. See what happened in Philly 3 months ago when the hacks walked out. But where's Philly? 1,000 miles? Hour away on a train.
2 hours.
2 hours? What the hell's the difference? We need to hear from someone with practical strike experience. Now, fellas, there's a man here tonight who saw the whole parade in Philly. Walked out with his pals, got knocked down, and blacklisted when they went back. And that's why he's here. He's got a mighty interesting word to say. Tom Clayton! Ooh! Fellas, this is a man with practical strike experience. Tom Clayton from little old Philly. Hey, hey!
I don't mind your booing. I thought it would get us hacks better living conditions. Well, I'd let you walk all over me, cut me up to little pieces. I'm one of you myself. What I want to say is this. Harry Fat's right.
Yeah.
I only been working in the big town 5 weeks, but I know conditions just like the rest of you. You know how it is. Don't take long to find the sore spots, no matter where you park.
Sit down.
The Fat's right. Our officers is right.
Right.
The time ain't ripe. Like a fruit, don't fall off the tree until it's ripe.
Sit down, you fruit.
Take care of him, will ya?
Hey, no one takes care of me. Hey, where do you pick up that name, eh? Clayton. Boys, this rat's name is Clancy from the old Clancy's way back. Fruit. Almost wet myself listening to that one.
Hey, this ain't a barn. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Exposing a rat.
Well, you can't get away with that. Throw him the hell out of here. Come on.
Hey, try it yourself. When this bozo, he spreads that slop around. Hey, you know who he is? That's a company spy.
Now, who are you to say stuff?
I've paid dues in this union for 4 years. That's who's me. I got a right. And this pussyfooting rat ain't coming in here with ideas like that. You know his record? Let me say that.
Hey! You prove this, or I'll bust you in every hack outfit in town.
I got a right. I got a right. Look at him. He don't say boo.
You're a liar, and I ain't never seen you before in my life.
Boys, he spent 2 years in the coal fields breaking up every organization he touched. 50 guys.
Come on.
50 guys he put in jail. Oh my God. He's ranged up and down the East Coast, shipbuilding, textiles, steel. He's been in everything you can name. Right?
Oh, that's a lie.
Right now he's working for that Bergman outfit on Columbus Circle, who hires out rats for any outfit in the country before, during, and after strike.
He's trying to break the meeting up.
That's right.
Don't worry, we won't search you for credentials.
I ain't got nothing to hide. Your own secretary knows I'm
that's
straight.
right.
Oh, sure. Boys, do you know who this son of a bitch is?
Look, I've seen him.
seen him before. I have never seen him before in my life.
I slept with him in the same bed for 16 years. He's my own lousy brother!
Is this true?
Scram. Before I break your neck. Remember his mouth? He can't change that. Clancy. Too bad you didn't know about this fact. The Clancy family tree is bearing nuts.
New facts, new details in the world's history come into being every hour. There is one complete record of this life-changing civilization. It is Time, the weekly news magazine. Time makes it possible for the busy man to read the story of his lifetime as he lives the story of his life. Discover Time.
No.
It's on every newsstand.
Gave you my opinion twice, and you outvoted me. You have done this to Dr. Benjamin, and that is why you can tell him yourself. Who is it?
Can I see you for a minute, please?
Come in, Dr. Benjamin, come in.
It's important. Excuse me. They got Dr. Leeds up there in my place. He's operating on Mrs. Lewis, the hysterectomy. It's my job. I washed up, prepared. They told me at the last minute. Now, I don't mind being replaced, Doctor, but Leeds is a damn fool. He shouldn't be permitted.
Leeds is the nephew of Senator Leeds.
He's incompetent as hell.
You know, they're doing splendid work in brain surgery these days.
I'm sorry. I thought you might be interested.
I am, young man, I am. Only remember, she's a charity case.
Of course. They wouldn't consider it for a second otherwise.
Her life is in danger?
Of course. You know how serious this case is.
Turn your gimlet eyes elsewhere. Jigging about like a cricket on a hot plate won't help. Doctors don't run these hospitals. He's the senator's nephew. There he stays.
It's too bad.
I'm not calling you down on it either. God damn it, you think it's my fault?
I know, I'm sorry.
Just a minute. Sit down.
Sorry, I can't sit.
Well, stand then.
Understand, Dr. Barnes, I don't mind being replaced in the last minute this way, but this flagrant bit of class distinction because she's poor.
Be careful of words like that. Class distinction, they don't belong here. Lots of energy, you brilliant young man, but idiots. Discretion. You ever hear that word?
Too radical?
Precisely. Someday, like in Germany, it might cost you your head.
Not to mention my job.
So they told you.
Told me what?
Oh, they're closing Ward C next month. I don't have to tell you if this hospital is not self-supporting. Until last year, the Board of Trustees met the deficits, whether you can probably guess the rest. At a board meeting Tuesday, our fine feathered friends discovered they could not meet the last quarter's deficit. A neat little sum, well over $100,000. If this hospital is to continue at all,
it's necessary to close another charity ward.
So they say, yeah.
But that's not all.
They have to make cuts in staff, too.
Well, that's too bad. Does it touch me?
Yeah, I'm afraid it does.
But I'm top man here. I don't mean I'm better than anyone else, but I've worked harder.
And shown more promise.
I always supposed they cut from the bottom first.
Usually.
But in this case?
Complications.
For instance?
Now, I like you, Benjamin. It's one...
I'm no sensitive plant. What's the answer?
It's an old disease. It's malignant to medicine. We need an antitoxin for it.
I see.
What?
I met that disease before. At Harvard first.
You have seniority here, Benjamin.
But I'm a Jew. Pressure from above?
Well,
Well, don't think Kennedy and I didn't fight for it.
Such discrimination! With all those wealthy brother Jews on the board.
I've remarked before, doesn't seem to be much difference between a wealthy Jew and a rich Gentile. They're both cut from the same piece.
For myself, I'm not sorry. But my parents gave up an awful lot to get me this far. They ran a dry goods shop in the Bronx until their pitiful savings went in the crash last year. Papa's peddling neckties. Saul Ezra Benjamin, a man who's read Spinoza all his life.
Doctors don't run medicine in this country. Men who know their jobs don't run anything here. We said motormen, trolley cars. Oh, I've seen medicine change plenty, but not because of rich men. In spite of them. In a rich man's country, your true self is buried deep. You see this fine, sensitive hand? 400 years to breathe that out of a revolutionary background. Spirit of 76, ancestors froze at Valley Forge. And what's it all mean? Slops. The honest workers were sold out then in 76. The Constitution? For rich men then and now. Slops. Barnes. I see. They lost your patient. Well, that's right. That's right. You're young. You're mad. You go do it. I'm very ancient. I'm a fossil, but you got your whole life ahead of you. And when you fire the first shot, you say, this one's for old Doc Barnes. No. There's too much dignity in a bullet. You don't shoot vermin. Step on them. Well, I've said my piece, Benjamin.
Lots of things I wasn't certain of. So many things these radicals say. I don't believe in theories until they happen to you.
You lost a lot today, Benjamin. You won a great point.
What? To know I'm right? To finally believe in something? Not to say what a world, but change the world?
Well, why not?
Nothing's nearer what I'd like to do.
Then do it.
I'm scared. What the future holds, I don't know. Try and get a job to stay alive. Maybe drive a cab and study at work and learn my place.
And fight. Step down. Hard.
He's taken a hot bath. Says you should wait.
Bath, did you say? Where?
See that door? Right through there.
Through there?
Leads to his apartment. Mister, he is laying there in a hot, perfumed bath. Don't say I said it.
You don't say?
An oriental den he's got. Can you just see this big Irishman burning Chinese pink in the bedroom? And a big old rose canopy over his casting couch.
Wait, what is that, a casting couch? What's that?
You from the sticks?
Beg your pardon?
No from sidewalkies of New Yorkie, Southie?
Oh, you're right. 2 years of dramatic stock out of town, and 1 in Chicago.
Don't tell him, babyface. He wouldn't know a good actor if you fell over him in the dark. So you had 2 years with the group, 2 with the guild.
Well, I'd like to get with the guild. They say if you with the
You
guild,
won't
then...
know the difference. Don't say I said it.
But I really did play with Walter Finley in Early Birds.
Don't tell him.
He's a big producer, Mr. Grady. I wish I had his money. Don't you?
Say, I got a clean heart, mister. I love my fellow man. Stick around, Mr. Phillips. You might be the type. If you were a woman.
Well, wait, please. Please, just a minute. Look, I need a job.
Look at him.
I don't know what buttons to push, and you do, right? That's what my father used to say. We owned a gas station in Cleveland before the crash. Know what buttons to push, Dad'd say, and you'll go far.
You can't push me, mister. I don't ring right these last few years.
Please, look, we don't know where the next meal's coming from.
Well, maybe I'll lend you $1.
Thanks very much. Won't help much.
One of the old families of Virginia. Proud.
No, not that. I have a wife, you see, and well, we'll have our first baby next month. So $1 ain't much help.
Roped in.
Hey, now I love my wife.
Okay, you love her. Excuse me. You married her. Can't support her. No, I'm not blaming you, but you are fools, all you actors, old and young. I watch you parade in and out all day long. You still got apples in your cheeks and pins for buttons. But in 6 months, you'll be like them, putting on an act. Phony strutting pishers.
Pisher?
That's French for dead codfish. It's not their fault. Here, you get like that or you go under. What kind of a job is this for an adult man?
Nothing else to do.
I know,
If I could get something else,
you
then.
take it.
Anything.
Telling me with 2 brothers in my hair. Oh, Mr. Brown sent this young man over.
Call the hospital, see how Boris is.
Good morning, Mr. Grady.
Morning is lousy.
Mr. Brown sent me.
I heard that once already.
Excuse me?
What experience?
2 years in stock, sir, and a year with the Government Theater in Chicago.
And all?
Why, no, sir. With the Theater Guild, I was there.
Never saw you in a guild show.
No, sir. On the road, I mean, sir. Understudying. Mr. Lund?
What part? You're a lousy liar, son.
But, sir, it was a...
You don't look like what I want. I don't understand that, Brown. You need a big man to play a soldier. All lousy soldiers left on Broadway, all in pictures, and I get the names.
Sir, I was in the ROTC in college, sir. Reserve Officer Training Corps. Train twice a week, sir.
Won't help.
With real rifles. Mr. Grady, I weigh 155.
How many years back? Been eating regular since you left college?
I know, sir. Well, Mr. Grady, I could act the soldier part, sir. I could build it up and act it, sir.
Do you think I run a lousy acting school around here?
Honest to God, I could, sir. Because, well, I need the job, sir. That's why I could do it. You know, I'm strong, sir. I know my stuff. You'll get an A1 performance, sir. Because I need the job, sir. Look, my wife is having a baby in a couple of weeks, and well, we need the money, sir. Give me a chance.
What do I care if you can act it? I'm sorry about your baby, but use your head, son. Tank Town stock is different. Here we got investments to be protected. When I think 15,000 in a show, I don't take chances on some youngster. We cast to type.
Sir, I'm an artist. I can act whatever part you want.
That's your headache. Nobody interested in artists here. I can get a big bunch for a nickel on any corner. 2 flops in a row on this lousy streak, nobody loves you. Only God, and he don't count. We protect investments. We cast to type. You hide in your face we won, not your soul, son. But Jesus Christ himself can play a soldier in this show. With all his talent.
Anything, sir? A bit? A walk-on?
Sorry, small cast. Why don't you try Russia, son? I hear it's hot stuff over there.
Stage manager, sir? Assistant?
All filled up, Sonny. Better luck next time.
Thanks.
Yeah, why don't you drop in from time to time? You never know. What did the hospital say?
He's doing much better, Mr. Grady.
Resting easy?
Yes. Dr. Martel said he's doing even better than he expected.
Damn lousy operation.
Yes.
Oh, send the boy out for a bromo seltzer.
Yes, Mr. Grady. Boris wanted lady friends.
What?
So they operated. Poor dog.
Oh, a dog!
His Russian wolfhound.
Right!
They do the same to you, but you don't notice. You want some advice? In the next office, don't look so down in the mouth. They don't like it. Makes them shiver.
You treat me like a human being. Thanks.
You're human.
Yeah. I used to think so.
He wants a bromo for his hangover.
Yeah.
You want that $1?
Oh. No. It won't help much.
$1 buys 10 loaves of bread, mister. Or $1 buys 9 loaves of bread and 1 copy of the Communist Manifesto. Learn while you eat. Read while you run.
Well, the manifesto? What is that? Manifesto?
From Genesis to Revelation, Comrade Phillips. And I saw a new earth and a new heaven. For the first earth and the first heaven were washed away.
I don't understand that.
I'm saying, the meek shall not inherit the earth.
No?
No!
Ladies and gentlemen!
The militants!
Ah, let's right here, get this stuff up. Ladies and gentlemen! Don't let anyone tell you we ain't got some ladies here in this audience. They're wearing pants. Maybe I don't know a thing. Maybe I fell out my cradle when I was a kid and I ain't been right since. You can't tell.
Sit down, cockeye.
Hey! Who's paying for them remarks, buddy? Moscow Gold?
Nobody paid me.
Yeah, well, maybe I got a glass eye. Comes from working in a factory at the age of 11. You know, they hooked it out because they didn't have a shield in the waist. Well, I wear it like a badge because it tells the working class where I belong. Deep down in the working class. Oh, yeah. We had delegates in the union there, all kinds of secretaries, treasurers, walking delegates. Oh, they didn't get blisters on their feet. Oh, no. And their fat little ass from sitting there breaking in the Zumas. It's all right, boys. It's all right. Just talking about unions in general. I know it ain't true here. No. All our officers is aces. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Only the other day, I seen our own Secretary Fact walk out of his way to avoid stepping on a cockroach. Yeah, you're out of order. Am I out of order? Yeah, you're out of order. No, I said, all our officers is aces. You like that? But I am a member here. Though today I could not wear my union button. I couldn't wear it. The damnedest thing happened. When I came to take the old coat off the wall, I see she's smoking. I'll be a son of a gun if that old union button ain't on fire. The old silly Lord giving it out. God awful, it stink. My landlady come up and give me hell about it. And you know what happened?
What?
You know what happened?
Mighty cryptic.
That old union button blushed itself to death. It was ashamed. Can you beat it? Sit down, Keller. Nobody finished. Nobody
Sit down.
What is this? Whoa! Oh, I'm getting too old for this. So, what's the answer, boys? Yeah? If we're Reds because we want to strike, we're going to take over their salute, too. You know how they do it? What is it? It's an uppercut. The old uppercut to the chin. Christ, some of us boys ain't even got shirts to our backs. What the boss class trying to do? Make a nudist colony out of us? No, don't laugh. There's nothing funny here. There's skull and bones every inch of the road. It's your road and mine. We're dying by inches here. And for what? For the dilettantes, they have their sweet little coming out parties at the Ritz. Papa's got a daughter, she's got to get a picture in the paper. Christ, they're doing it without blood. Joe's right. It's slow death or fight, it's war.
Then we fight!
Yo, Edna, God love your mouth. Sid, Flowery, and the other guys, Doc Barnes. Join with us for the fight for the right. It's war. Working classes, unite and fight. Tear down the slaughterhouse of your old lives and freedom really ring these. Slick Slavs. They sit here and they talk about boogeymen. That's a new one for the kids. The Reds is all boogeymen. Wow. The man that brought me food in 1932, he called me comrade. The man who lifted me up where I bled, he called me comrade, too. What are you waiting for? Don't wait for Lefty. He might never come.
Boys! Boys! They found Lefty!
What?
They found Lefty!
Where?
Behind the car barns. With a bullet in his head.
Jesus. Go.
No!
You hear it, boys? You hear it? Now, listen to me. Coast to coast. Hello, America. Hello. The storm birds of the working class. Workers of the world, our blood and bones. And when we die, you know what we did to make a new world. Christ, cut us up into little pieces, plant fruit trees in our ashes. We'll die for what's right. So what's the answer, boys?
Strike!
Louder.
Strike!
Again.
Strike! Strike! Strike!
This land is your